Today is the 25th day of February 2014. It's 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now it's been 152 years that the Legal Tender Act has been on the books. And it's not talking about a Federal Reserve note. Okay, now, this is what I'm doing. I have written a letter to the Speaker of the House because in my opinion, and it's not just an opinion, he's the only one there that can represent my presidential interests, because Obama is not a natural-born citizen and Joe Biden has got some issues. Charlie Rakowski, remember that case? It just so happens that ads and articles happen to end up in the newspaper. The most unlikely times you find out things about people they aren't expecting you to find out. So now this is what I'm doing. I'm sending this package to the Speaker of the House. I'm going to read the letter to you. It might take a couple recordings, but I'm going to read it. And all this is going on my blog, and all the documents that I promised you are all going up tonight. So this is the table of contents. This is page 1. It's backwards to you, I know it, but I'm just showing it to you. There's 8 pages on table of contents because I had to make some notes that would kind of lead them as to what they were going to be looking at. Now, so it's 8 pages. This is the last page, which I will know for sure if it's them, because on the last page, here's page 7, and then you have to turn it this way to get page 8. Did that little tricky thing. That way I can tell whether the person is somebody that I sent it to, because I can ask them a couple of questions, and if they don't know the answers, then I'll know I've been hijacked again. Okay. Now, I started this letter on the 10th of February, and then I finished it and signed my name to it on February 20th. Now, I've also scanned this, so this is going to be posted on my blog too, but I'm going to read it to you. I want to read it to you now. Dear Honorable John Boehner, Speaker of the House, I am writing to inform you of the huge fraud being perpetrated upon the American people. It has come to my attention that I do not have a president or vice president, as Mr. Obama is not a natural-born citizen and he does not have a vested interest in America other than to destroy us. God is through with this fraud. You will please take notice of your oath of office to support and defend Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution for the United States of America! Exclamation point. For your convenience, I am enclosing the Citizens Rule Book. I know the troubles our ancestors had because my parents were genealogists. Page 15 is about my ancestor Lewis Craig, who is the father of our freedom of religion. He paid the price, went to jail according to his conscience, as he refused to participate in the devil's doings. He led 600 people out of Virginia into Kentucky during the Revolutionary War. The Craigs also won the last battle in the defense of Bryant Station. Lewis Craig led the way and initiated the abolition of slavery. James Madison's father used to take him to hear the preachers that were jailed for preaching without a license. There was a great revival in 1776, Lewis Craig added 100 members to his following. Another ancestor of mine came to me in a dream, Captain Beverly Winslow, that paid for the militia out of his own pocket. He was never paid back, although you have used his money, land, and assets to continue your wars. I realize that you most likely do not know why the Federal Reserve note is a fraud, so I will explain it to you. Article 1, Section 10 prohibits the states from making anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debts. The Federal Reserve Act created stock that was redeemable in gold and silver coin until March the 9th, 1933. Federal Reserve notes have never been money, but are redeemable in lawful money. 12 United States Code Section 411. The Act of February 25, 1862 created United States notes, the constitutional currency issued by our Treasury and not a private bank. Explanation point. Discontinued January 21st, 1971. The only way you can receive credit for a United States note is to declare that the Federal Reserve note is a worthless security as per 26 United States Code 165G2, and because the Legal Tender Act only authorizes a $5 note as the smallest denomination, the so-called $1 Federal Reserve note is a complete and absolute fraud! Exclamation point. And these notes cheat blind people, as there is no way they can touch the note that tells them it is a worthless security. Also, you, the Congress, are not even following the good laws you have created! Exclamation point. I have been redeeming lawful money since April the 13th, 2012. The banks all operate under the Uniform Commercial Code and international law. This is because the United States has devolved into a mere corporation that has been taken over by pirates! Exclamation point. Please see Disc 45 documents. You all have 2 sets of books, and since the people have unknowingly been treating Federal Reserve notes as their 16th Amendment source, their credits are hidden in the shadow books of the Secretary of the Treasury. See 31 United States Code Section 321, Authority of the Secretary. It has always been our choice. But if you do not know that you have a choice, or if it is misrepresented or omitted from the law, it is evidence of fraud! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. You will please take notice of document number 31 and 35, wherein the House of Representatives is declared as owned by the so-called emperor! Exclamation point. If you knew about this, then shame on you for not fixing it for the people. I truly believe that no one in Congress really knows the truth! Exclamation point. God is always watching! Exclamation point. The Lord is coming for His people, and the founding fathers are with Him. I have important works to complete, and I need to educate you, the Congress, the people's representatives that haven't got a clue. Please allow me to help you. The Lord wants me to help you. I am providing you with 2 discs, one that contains 45 documents and the other which contains documents I have filed in an effort to get my du jour constitutional government back, both state and federal. I am currently without any funds to further my probate case at this time. The judges are waiting for me. Due to the fact that my estate is huge and the Wilkses are in the Doomsday Book created by William the Conqueror, I am in need of assistance, and I would like to help the Congress with your budget dilemma! Exclamation point. My ancestors founded America, and I am not going to sit and watch my country and all their great works go down the toilet because of a few evil people! Exclamation point. I am making a record. As God is my witness, I shall post all evidence possible on my blog. I am further empowering you to act as my presidential constitutional representative, as the White House is occupied by pirates, clear and simple. Please see the 45 documents on the disc! Exclamation point. Be it known, the Federal Reserve Note is an abomination unto God, Jesus, the founding fathers, my ancestors. You will immediately cease and desist this fraud! Exclamation point. Obama does not represent me, my family, or America! Exclamation point. For every Buck Act passed, a life has been stolen. Although the Lord is coming, and each shall be judged according to their own works. And if you had knowledge and did not take action to correct a wrong, how will you face my ancestors in your own family when and if you cross over? I say if, because we are living at the close of an old order, and we have all lived many times. We are the remnant, the hem in the garment, and we have the ability to put on immortality. We can live forever in peace. The paper has been the problem since Moses! Exclamation point. And even when Moses took the time and spent his energy acquiring the 10 Commandments, the people did not appreciate the law. And Moses was ticked off when he saw that the people could not follow instructions and were partying around a golden calf. Moses was so upset, he broke the tablets, and the 10 Commandments had to be created again. Moses was a great union organizer. In fact, he's the original. Please see my YouTube channel, See Vegas Slash, And watch Living Words 2 also continued, and Living Words, which is a video my father made for me in 1995. I have the Ark of the Covenant, as it had to be rebuilt because you all broke your oath. The Founding Fathers gave us a republic, not a democracy! Exclamation point! Our government was fashioned and styled in paramateria with the Constitution of the Church and Rome, a republic. The law has evolved, just like us. The framers had to use the laws that were on the books or laws of nations. America is the New World. Most people came here because of religious persecution! Exclamation point. I know. My ancestors did, as Edward Whitman was the last person burned at the stake in England for his religious beliefs. Edward is on my mother's side, and King James et al. Is on my father's side. So I have a vested interest in all their works, and they were both right. But there exist obligations, duties, and I have a responsibility to correct all the errors of the eras of their existence. There were promises of land and money made by my ancestors that have not been fulfilled! Exclamation point. It is my duty, and I am obligated to redeem their estates. It is clearly evident that not one of you in Congress or any of the states knew that the Federal Reserve note is a worthless security. And I am positive that not one person in my family or my father's database of our personal ancestral files knew this, or they would have redeemed every single note or their paychecks! Exclamation point. God has a time, a season, and a reason for everything. This is the time of the first fruits. God wants it to all be born in America. Now you all shall have to be reborn or renewed a state citizen, elector. The founders had hoped they were creating a nation of priests, those that are thankful for their sacrifice of their lives, their fortunes, and their very sacred honors. If you are standing for God, America, and our ancestors' sacred honors, and are declaring before God and the people that you shall protect and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, then you must adhere to Article 1, Section 10, as you cannot dice and slice this document to fit into the devil's agenda. Let me be perfectly clear regarding the word devil, as it is the word lived backwards, and the word evil is live backwards. Therefore, if you are living backwards, you are of the devil and evil. Now, we were promised gold and silver coins as a tender in payment of debts. The Federal Reserve note, as all notes printed, state, "In God we trust." This is an absolute abomination unto God! Exclamation point. I have a $1 note issued by the Treasury of the United States of America. The serial number on the front is T95625954954H, Series 1935E. Also has a number L8158. On the back, it is to be noted that "In God We Trust" does not appear on the back of this note, as it represents God's money! Exclamation point. The number appearing on the back is 6399. You will please note this for the record. I have been keeping a record of nearly all Federal Reserve notes that have touched my hands since February 2013, written in a leopard high heel shoe notepad and in other journals, all of which I have signed my name upon. All Federal Reserve notes are blasphemy! Exclamation point. This is why we are having all the problems, as you and I are the sum total of all those that came before us. An ark with 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, etc., all the way back to the beginning. To the Congress, via the Speaker of the House, you and each of you shall please take notice. On behalf of Captain Beverly Winslow, Lewis Craig, Samuel Lamb, Edward Whitman, 22 of the 25 surety barons, and all ancestors of my Wilkes, McKee, and Allied lines, I am demanding an investigation, report, and full accounting of the 45 documents enclosed on the disc, and an explanation as to why this has occurred in my sacred White House. And upon discovery of the numerous bounty lands, land patents, and the royalties due me as per the 1982 Gas and Oil Royalty Management Act, I am therefore demanding you seize my assets and those of my ancestors from the Federal Reserve banks, all 12, and all records held by the NSA regarding all transactions in Federal Reserve notes, including those events of September the 5th, 2012 at the main Wells Fargo Courthouse Bank, Las Vegas, Nevada. Wherein it is to be noticed that I have made a good faith effort to educate the deaf, dumb, and blind, all of which has been to no avail. Now, it's on your plate! Exclamation point. I am demanding a full and complete accounting of the 45 documents, as I and the American people have a right to know how you have squandered our precious gold and silver coin! Exclamation point. We the people are entitled to an explanation as to why the Congress has handed us over to pirates, devils, and those with evil banker hearts! Exclamation point. I demand answers, and shall expect to hear from you directly. I want to know whether or not you are going to uphold your oath of office. The choice is yours. Either the devil's paper, i.e. Federal Reserve notes, or United States notes, i.e. the constitutional currency of the United States of America. Which is it? God wants to know, and so do I, as this is the end of fraud! Exclamation point. Please note, this letter and the 45 documents shall be posted on my blog As this information is available to the public via the State of Maryland's Department of Assessment and Taxation webpage, all eyes are on you now! Exclamation point. God is always watching, and these pirates are claiming to own the Queen and Pope! Exclamation point. Don't believe me? Please see page 4 of document 3, which says in part that it is to the United States Federal Reserve, the Queen of England, and all subordinates, the Vatican, and all subordinates, successors, and assigns, and not limited to the Department of the Treasury, IRS, Enterprise Computing Center, Martinsburg, and the Treasurer of the U.S. I would like to point out the misuse and misrepresentations appearing at first glance regarding the type of postal matter, i.e., states it's registered mail, but identifies and displays certified mail. Just another very telling lie! Exclamation point. I look forward to your immediate response. Sincerely, Cecilia Ann Wilkes Weldon. Completed 20th of February 2014. Cecilia Ann Wilkes, Swartz, Evanoff, Blakemore, Wilkes Weldon.